Why are you still calling me to court again and again? It has been 30 years. I am now a grandmother. Leave me alone. Thundered a woman in her 50s who was testifying at a courtroom in Ajmer in December 2021. She was a survivor of the infamous Ajmer grooming and gang rape racket. But she wasn't the only one. Several school and college going girls from Ajmer were groomed, gang raped, and blackmailed into further sexual exploitation for months on end back in the 1990s. The rapists had taken photographs of the girls being raped, which got circulated among the public. A majority of these girls were Hindus. When two of the girls approached the police and told them about the blackmail and the incriminating photos, they soon got threatening calls asking them why they had contacted the police. The crime came to light only after a small-time reporter of a local newspaper chanced upon these photographs and published a story in 1992. The story shocked Rajasthan and caused massive public outrage, forcing the police to launch an investigation. Even the National Security Act was invoked against the accused. Overall, 18 people were named as the accused, and the main perpetrators in the case were a famous duo, Farooq and Nafis Chishti, who were part of the extended family associated with the Ajmer Sharif Dargah. These men had money, social influence, and political power. Both Farooq and Nafis were top leaders of the Youth Congress in Ajmer and believed to have friends in high places. These men had trapped and groomed scores of young school-going girls with threats and blackmail for months and gang raped them. The girls were also blackmailed into bringing more young women to the Chishti duo and their friends. A photo color lab printed the nude photographs of the women and helped circulate them. Several of the rapes took place in a farmhouse on the outskirts of Ajmer. The girls were also invited to parties at Farooq Chishti's bungalow. While all this was happening, the police was worried about how the case would get communalized, as majority of the girls who were victims were Hindus, while the main accused were from the minority community. The Chishti duo used their religious influence and political clout to stall the case, with even the victims turning hostile. The stink of social stigma and ostracization was so bad that girls of the town were generalized as being victims of the gang, forcing them to leave their hometowns. Prospective grooms who were supposed to marry girls from Ajmer would come to offices of newspapers trying to find out if the girl was one of the victims. Meanwhile, people visiting the Ajmer Dargah would kiss the hands of the Chishti family members. In 1998, a sessions court in Ajmer sentenced 8 men to life imprisonment, but the Rajasthan High Court acquitted 4 of them in 2001. In 2003, the Supreme Court decided that the life sentence given to the 4 convicts was too harsh, reducing their sentence to just 10 years. Nafis Chishti, the other main accused who was also wanted in connection with drug peddling cases, was absconding until 2003 when the Delhi police found him wearing a burqa to escape detection. The main accused Farooq Chishti took the law for a ride when he claimed that he was mentally incompetent to stand trial. A fast-track court sentenced him to life. In 2013, the Rajasthan High Court deemed he had served enough time and released him. Currently, 6 of the accused, Nafis Chishti, Iqbal Butt, Salim Chishti, Syed Jamer Hussain, Nasim aka Tarzan, and Suhail Ghani are undergoing trial in POSCO court, but they are all out on bail. One more suspect, Almas Maharaj, was never caught and is believed to be living in the US. An arrest warrant and red corner notice have been issued against him. The Ajmer grooming and gang rape case bears a striking resemblance to the Rotterdam child sexual abuse scandal that happened in the UK from the late 1980s until the 2010s, in which an estimated 1,400 children were sexually abused predominantly by British Pakistani men. While the Rotterdam case got worldwide media coverage, the Ajmer case remains unknown to a majority of the people in the country where it happened. 3 decades have passed since the Ajmer scandal came to light. The case has moved from the District Court to the Rajasthan High Court, Supreme Court, Fast Track Court, Women Atrocities Court, and is currently in Ajmer's POSCO Court. School students back then, the gang rape survivors, despite having moved on in their lives, continue to be haunted, reliving their traumatic past every time they are invited to the court to testify. On the other hand, Nafiz and Farooq Chishti are today leading a privileged life in Ajmer and are frequent visitors to Dargah Sharif, where some of the faithful still ritualistically kiss their hands. 30 years later, justice still remains an elusive dream for the gang rape survivors.